Okay, let's try this again. Maybe this time I'll actually hit save.
Hang on, Emmett. Hope you're ready for a big breakup.
I just invented the skateboard. So I just got all this done. And I forgot to
Emmett?
hit save.
Thanks again for your assistance, Detective Parker.
Detective? What the hell is Kid doing here?
Nothing criminal, I assure you. I was just getting a mind map of Mr. Tannen for our exhibition at the expo. The authorities wouldn't allow Edna and I to stage a demonstration of the mental alignment meter with a violent felon, but this little baby is just as good. Okay, let's see now what's next. Check the stew, sort the maps. Ooh, I almost forgot that.
Edna really is cracking the whip, isn't she?
Well, yes, but she's got my best interests at heart. Without her, I can get so distracted. Did she send you down here to check up on me?
Yeah, she wanted to come herself, but...
She's busy too, I know. Well, you're a poor substitute for Edna's lovely features, but make yourself at home.
Thanks.
No thanks are necessary. Without you, I'd never be where I am now. In love with the woman of my dreams. And a mere 6 hours from my first public triumph as a scientist. Wait a minute. 6 hours? Jumping Jehoshaphat, I'm running out of time!
The mind of a degenerate criminal.
That's Kid Tannen's mind map, as captured by our mind map helmet.
You could tell he's a criminal just by looking at this?
No, but when it's fed into the mental alignment meter...
Weird.
Weird nothing. It's science.
30 minutes of commentary lost because I did not hit the save
How does the
button.
mental alignment thing work?
Here, I'll show you.
Hey!
The test subject wears this mind mapping helmet, which probes the brain by measuring fluctuations in skin conductance and electrical resistance on the surface of the parietal lobe.
Uh-huh.
When I turn on the mind mapping helmet with this radio switch, the subject is exposed to a series of visual stimuli, intended to provoke a series of positive or negative responses, as indicated by these lights on the helmet.
Hey, is that...
As the responses are recorded, they're relayed to this special typewriter, which prints out a punch card that represents the subject's mind map.
All I see is a bunch of holes.
Well, to you, maybe. But to our mental alignment meter, this mind map is nothing less than a peek into your subconscious. Observe as I place your mind map into the MAM.
Layabout. Is that machine calling me a slacker?
No, your own physiological responses did.
So this machine takes those little cards and tells you whether or not someone's a good guy or bad guy?
Kind of. Actually, the helmet does all the work. The mental alignment meter is just a glorified arcade machine.
So why not just go with the cards?
Edna says that people respond well to flashing lights and snap judgments. I can't argue with that. Every time I kiss her, I see flashing lights and lose all sense of judgment.
No kidding. What's this typewriter do again?
During a mental alignment test, it takes messages from the mind map helmet and turns them into punch cards, like the one for Mr. Tannen over there.
Seems complicated.
Actually, it was all rather easy to put together, once Edna gave me the idea.
Sounds to me like you should be working on harder problems then.
What? Sorry, I've got to get back to work.
So hungry. I was gonna eat right now, but I didn't. Okay, so what I need to do is, which sadly is gonna take me this whole video, whole part, is I need to go through the slideshow and make it so
If I'm gonna take Emmett's mind map, I better replace it with another one.
I need to make it look like Tannen's.
Tannen's mind map. If Emmett's map looked like this, I bet Edna wouldn't think he's such a model citizen.
And I did not know how to do that, so I actually had to go to GameFAQs, which didn't help that much.
This thing reads Emmett's mind maps. According to Emmett, this thing prints out mind maps.
I did edit out a few times where I got it close.
Oh, that's the stuff.
They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. They may or may not mean offense, but I don't care.
That's the only thing I've edited out of this whole thing. I've only edited out for the time. I want this
Careful.
to end
Don't let
by
all the flavor
September.
escape.
If I can
What's
get,
this?
That's a can of used motor oil, rocket fuel waste, and assorted chemical sludge left over from my abandoned rocket car.
Gross.
Accounting doesn't enter into it, but it is disgusting. Would you mind disposing of it on your way out?
Sure.
in October, I'm going to be playing horror games. Already done with them.
This thing reads Emmett's mind maps. Ooh.
So the valve, the music, and that pod of Possum Pepper have lingering. I cannot say that word. The effects carry over to the next slide.
That smells good.
So if I switch slides now, the light will then turn green because of the smell of the Possum Pepper.
Hey, Emmett, I've got a... Whoa! Whoops.
What the heck?
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. Your suit's ruined. Edna's gonna be royally PO'd.
Wrong.
What?
When Edna gave me this suit, I realized that the probability of me keeping it clean was infinitesimally remote, so I spent a few hours whipping up this.
Whoa! What was that?
A chemical compound capable of wiping the grime off any surface.
Emmett, you'll make a fortune.
Not anytime soon, I'm afraid. Due to an inherent instability in its molecular makeup, after 12 hours, the cleanser's component chemicals break down into a series of cloth-shredding enzymes, rendering it unsuitable for commercial use.
Wait a minute. Does that mean your suit's gonna dissolve in 12 hours?
Hey, gods, no. The solution dissipates into the air after it's applied. But it does mean that after this batch of cleanser ages another 11 hours and 53 minutes, it would eat away this suit faster than 1,000 starving moths. And that would be a crisis of unimaginable proportions.
Why?
Because this suit belongs to Edna's grandfather, who wore it on his wedding day. Poor guy was gunned down just a few years later.
Emmett?
Well, enough wool gathering. Back to work.
And for that, I need to get a little perfume bottle.
No, don't turn it off. This is my favorite part.
And you get a little perfume bottle that's in that box up there on the bookshelf. And age it.
It's a picture of Edna. Since Emmett's got the hots for her, I guess she's supposed to provoke a positive response.
Which I will do in next video. Next part.
This thing reads Emmett's mind maps.
See? And there's the music.
According to Emmett, this thing prints out mind maps.
I'm happy-go-lucky, and say I am plucky, so jolly and
Ew.
carefree.
Ugh, did the clamp fall off again?
Yeah.
Put it back on.
No, I just farted, Doc.
Oh, I don't even know why I keep that bacteria tank around. Every time the clamp falls off the nitrogen tube, it takes a couple of minutes before I can get the stench out of the air. Whew.
Hey, Emmett, what's cooking?
That's an old Brown family recipe for Hassenpfeffer.
Hassenpfeffer.
Rabbit stew. The trick is to add the cumin an hour after the carrots. Take a whiff. Isn't that just about the best thing you've ever smelled in your life?
It's, powerful, yeah.
I've got it on a slow boil for later.
What's this?
It's the placard we'll be putting in front of our booth at the expo.
The scientist that caught Kid Tannen?
A small exaggeration, but Edna says it'll attract investors. What do you think of the picture?
You look a little... constipated.
What? Edna said I looked intense.
Yeah, intensely focused on taking it.
I get the picture. I'll have to find a better one. Unfortunately, there's a lot to choose from.
Heavy.
Extremely. Mother has been rather obsessive about photographically cataloging my life.
Hey, Emmett, I've got an idea.
What?
Why don't I take your photo album over to Edna so she can pick out your new picture?
That's a great idea. She's got a better eye for these things than I do anyway. Thanks, pal.
Don't mention it.
Oh, I thought I had to just go through that book and try to find the worst picture of all.
What?
I was just thinking about the future. All that talk about Edna's grandfather made me realize something.
Please let it be something about lightning.
Life can be short, sometimes brutally so. So why not seize the day and grab your happiness while you can?
I'm not sure I like where this is going.
I was saving this for next Valentine's Day, but why should I? I know what I want.
Emmett, no.
I'm gonna ask Edna to marry me. Right now.
No.
Oh, right. I'll wait until tonight at the expo. It'll be much more romantic that way. Just think. By this time tomorrow, Edna and I will be engaged, and will be the toast of the scientific community. And I owe it all to you.
You're welcome.
Just apologize right now. You're gonna see that later. Again.
If I'm gonna take Emmett's mind map, I better replace it with another one.
I don't know why.
Nothing happened.
Well, that button advances the slides during the mind mapping test. It only works while the test is running.
This thing reads Emmett's mind maps. How goes the bacteria farm?
Not so hot. The bacteria have kind of gotten out of control. I had to put a clamp on the nitrogen tube to keep the stench from flooding the lab.
Ew.
Oh.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure out how to use this. Game facts, YouTube walkthroughs, which I just went and did. Turned off the game and let me back here. They weren't really much help. But after a few attempts, which I edited out, I finally understand what to do. And negative response.
No!
Everything is so cramped, it's hard to sometimes hit the right thing.
That smells good.
I don't know who that is or why I should give a positive response.
Ew.
No!
So, I've been thinking, would it be weird if they put out a re-release of 2,
That smells good.
and instead of Michael J. Fox dressing as an old person, they actually put Michael J. Fox as he is now. And when they went to the future, 2015, and put Jennifer what she looks like now.
Ew. Emmett's invention makes him out to be a model citizen, huh? Well, we'll just see about that.
No!
And we replace old Biff with what Biff looks like now. I know it's probably like doing Star Wars.
That smells good.
I'd like to see maybe just one scene.
Hey, Emmett, I think your mind map test is broken.
Oh, well, that switch just keeps shorting out on me. No time to fix it now. I'll have to take care of it at the expo.
Looks like I'm not going to be doing any more mind maps. I guess I'll test this out and hope for the best.
Also, Michael J. Fox looks good for his age. Doesn't look that old compared to 2015 Michael J. Fox.
Bingo! Now Emmett's mind map is as bad as Tannen's. Now all I have to do is swap this out with Emmett's original mind map, and Emmett's own machine will do him in. Okay, Emmett. Get ready to meet the new you.
Hey,
What?
I almost left behind my mind map card. We're gonna show it off at the expo as a rare example of a model citizen. Edna kill me if I forgot that.
She might kill you anyway when she gets a look at that mind map. Once Emmett gets to the expo, I'll try to figure out how to get him to put his card in the mental alignment meter. But for now, I better concentrate on making Emmett a slob who cheats on his girlfriend.
1 down, 3 to go.
Hey, Emmett, got a sec?
Why, yes. In fact, I've got several.
Is all this new stuff what you're showing off at the expo?
Yes, it's our mental alignment meter.
Mental alignment meter? I thought you were working on some sort of rocket car.
Oh, the rocket propulsion system was far too unreliable. As that incident, whatever happened to Einstein?
I wish I knew.
Anyway, I started tinkering with an alternate method of propulsion, but that was before things started heating up with Edna. Our conversations about the possibilities of applying technology to social ills pushed my research in a whole new direction.
What's a mental alignment meter?
It's the most...
What?
It reads and interprets the subconscious...
Anyway. What do you say we take a break for a couple of hours and go see a movie?
A couple of hours?
Actually, it may be more like 70 minutes.
I haven't got a couple of hours. I still got all these mind maps to sort, and the MAM's wiring is still giving me fits, and...
I get it, you're busy. How are things between you and your father? I'm kind of surprised he hasn't torn down your lab yet.
Well, he's still angry with me and threatening to cut me out of his will, but I'm hoping that the civic potential of my mental alignment meter will win him over.
You sure you don't want to take in a movie? I think you'll like it.
Strange as it may sound, I've got more pressing things to think about than going out to movies.
Okay. Did you make a mind map of yourself?
Of course. Take a look.
Edna's right. You are a model citizen.
At least as far as my invention's concerned. Of course.
You look busy.
Sure thing.
Game, there's nothing there.
Emmett,
What?
your jacket's got a little,
Oh, no worries.
what?
I was just thinking about the future. All that talk about Edna's grandfather made me realize something.
Please let it be something about lightning.
Life can be short, sometimes brutally so. So why not seize the day and grab your happiness while you can?
I'm not sure I like where this is going.
I was saving this for next Valentine's Day, but why should I? I know what I want.
Emmett, no.
I'm gonna ask Edna to marry me. Right now.
No!
Oh, right. I'll wait until tonight at the expo. It'll be much more romantic that way. Just think. By this time tomorrow, Edna and I will be engaged and will be the toast of the scientific community. And I owe it all to you.
You're welcome. Hey, Emmett, I've got to go out for a while.
I thought Edna sent you to make sure I wasn't getting distracted.
Oh, you'll be fine.
That background looks terrible. Outside. Still talking.
Doc said to tell him when the light on his diagnostic thingy went green. Nope, no green light yet.
Can't wait till this is done. Then I can have some of that cheddar I picked up from Stu Leonard's.
That volcano looks a lot like the one I did for my 7th grade science fair.
You make it right there.
I don't want to get that covered in any messy oil.
Well, I don't know about the cheese I got, but
Furs
it
donated
looks real
by
better.
Lamont's House of Ermine. At least they're going to a good cause. They're stuck tight in this tar. Press button to experience Hill Valley's primeval past. Okay, if this dinosaur is called a Tanninosaurus, I'm gonna... Oh, whew.
Times may be hard in Hill Valley, but our present worries fade into insignificance when we ponder our Pleistocene past. Is the wolf knocking at your door? Be glad he's not a Tyrannosaurus, king of the ancient lizards. And if you find yourself drowning in debt, well, you could be drowning in something a whole lot stickier, like the Hill Valley tar pits. This peek into the distant past is brought to you by Lamont's House of Ermine, reminding you fur is forever.
I thought forward murder. It's forever until some crazy bitch space painted it.
I don't want to get that covered in any messy oil.
I guess I'm done with the oil because I try to see what else I can do with it.
I don't want to get that covered in any messy oil. It's not as nice as my truck back in '86. Jeez, I hope I still have a truck back in '86. I don't want to get that covered in any messy oil.
Have you seen my portable cleanser around here? I can't go to the expo without it.
Is Doc talking to me telepathically? Or is that a glitch?